Hey there drummer friends, Nick here again, and in this video I'm reviewing the EFNOTE 5X electronic drum set. I'm super excited to share this kit with you all. It looks incredible, so if you're curious whether or not it's worth your money, stick around and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Over the last 6 months, I've been testing the EFNOTE 5X electronic drum set. Artesia Pro, who runs the US and Canada distribution for EFNOTE, was kind enough to send one for me to check out. For transparency, this is a sponsored review, but will be objective and unbiased. Now, I know it's been a long time since I actually got the drum set. I think it's been about 7 months now. The thing is though, I just wanted to make sure I took my time with it and make sure I get the video right. EFNOTE is moderately new to the e-drum scene, but don't let that scare you away. Before starting the company in 2018, the lead designer spent the last 20 years working for a different Japanese musical instrument maker. As of this video, EFNOTE offers 6 electronic drum sets: the 3, the 3X, the 5, the 5X, the 7, and the 7X. The 3 series is more compact, the 5 series utilizes full-size drum shells, and the 7 offers the largest shells and cymbals available. The EFNOTE 5X is a 5-piece electronic drum set. The kit has real drum shells with both top and bottom mesh heads. The bass drum wowed me immediately when I pulled it out of the box. I couldn't actually believe I was holding a 16-inch electronic bass drum, complete with wooden hoops, ball hooks, 2 heads, and a beautiful finish. The kick drum has an actual plastic front head. You can hear the resonance a little bit when you hit the kick drum. The kick drum feels like a real drum when you play. The wooden hoops have a natural finish on the inner side. It contrasts the matte black finish of the rest of the kit. The drums are a little louder with both batter heads and resonant heads. Drummers in apartments may need to watch out, but still it's not nearly as loud as the Donner DDS 520 practice drum set I reviewed previously. The resonant head on the kick can be treated by muffling the front head with the same fabric you would an acoustic drum, like a pillow or towels. The 5X ships with the black oak. It's kind of a wood vinyl wrap with a matte finish. The shells also feature a silver EFNOTE badge on the side. The rims are metal and have a matte gray appearance. In addition, they have what seems to be a kind of rubbery silicone coating on the rims. The cymbals are similar in color to the rims with a plastic underside and coated rubber surface. The larger cymbal sizes add to the kit's realistic appearance. They also feature hammer dents, which is an excellent touch, though again, purely aesthetic. The shell and cymbal sizes make it feel like a real acoustic drum kit. Shell sizes, we have a 16-inch kick, 12-inch snare, with a mounted rim click sensor, 10-inch rack tom, 12-inch floor tom, and a 13-inch floor tom. On the cymbals, we have 14-inch hi-hats, 2 16 triple zone crashes, an 18-inch triple zone ride, and an 8-inch splash. I don't think I've ever seen an electronic splash cymbal before. So sitting down at the kit feels like I'm playing a small bop kit, which is awesome. It's not as big as my regular acoustic drum set. It's similar to playing the Ludwig breakbeats. On the hardware side, the EFNOTE 5X has no drum rack. Instead, the bass drum features a rack tom mount that holds the splash cymbal and the tom here. The floor toms also have legs like standard drum sets. I don't like racks that much, so it's a plus in my book. For hardware, you get 3 cymbal boom stands, 6 floor tom legs, rack tom mount, splash cymbal mount, the module mount, and a cool little device holder that can hold your cell phone, iPhone, whatever it might be. The cymbal stands won't blow anyone away, but they work fine with the kit. You can always switch them out for your favorite hardware if need be. All stands have a boom arm equipped with traditional ratcheting tilters. The bass drum spurs also feature the same style tilters. If you're unaware, that's just basically how you can adjust your angles on the hardware. No hi-hat stand is included with the 5X, so you will need to pick one up if you don't have one. I have a DW9000 hi-hat stand here, and the module clamp just barely fits around the metal tube. You have to work at it, but it can be done. The rack tom mount doesn't feature an adjustable ball mount, but it's not a deal breaker. The regular ratchet clamps with the angle rod works fine. I do wish the module and splash cymbal mounts were metal and not plastic. Snare stand is fairly standard, it's lightweight, and gets the job done. Putting the drums together is straightforward if you set up a drum set before. Now, if you've watched Justin's video from 65 drums on the 5X, you'll remember that he mentioned that the floor toms sit a little bit low. Now, it's not an issue for me since I'm about 5'8", but he wishes that the floor tom legs were a lot longer. For taller drummers, you may run into the problem of these drums being too low. The rack tom hardware seats into the top of the bass drum. Attached already is the splash cymbal clamp. Depending on how you want the splash set up, you can pick between 2 different rods. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. When mounting the cymbals, make sure you press down and ensure they sit on the stand properly. I made the mistake of letting them just float at first and could barely tighten the wing nut. The high tom will shake around a bit since it's mounted to the kick drum, but this is totally expected on a kick mount. Use a separate snare stand to mount your rack tom if it bugs you. Now, the drum module might be the smallest I've seen on the market. The touchscreen interface is a little dated, but it works just fine. It's simple, and why overcomplicate things? At first, there were a few points where the touchscreen wasn't working. There is a screen calibration located in the settings which fixed the issue. When you want to customize the kits, honestly, it's a little daunting to understand this menu system, but it's not bad after you spend a little time with it. Preset kits must load entirely before switching to the next one if you use the left and right arrows to switch kits. There's a faster way though to get to your favorite kits. All you have to do is press on the center of the kit, then you can scroll to whatever kit you like. Each kit takes about a few seconds to load once selected. You can adjust volume, tune to your liking, and even add muffling on the instrument page. Changing levels is done on the mixer page, and I find that I want more snare on most of the kits, so you may have to bump them up if you're like me. The 5X module has Bluetooth, which is huge. I didn't realize how much I needed it before coming from the TD50. Connecting your phone or computer to play along to your favorite songs on Spotify is easy. Just a quick shout out to Moises.ai. That is a fantastic software. If you want to remove drum parts from songs easily, you can just pop a YouTube link in there and it separates them all into stems so you can practice along with your favorite songs with no drums. It's crazy. But like I said, it's easy to practice with your favorite songs on Spotify. Your device will automatically connect to the 5X when it turns on. The EFNOTE 5X module includes 17 preset kits, 83 user kits, 128 instruments, stereo acoustic sounds, tuning and muffling functionality, 8 types of ambience, and a 2-band EQ. 20 preset kits is a little low considering the price of these drums. Still, I'm glad that EFNOTE focuses more on the sounds of acoustic drums rather than including 100 different EDM samples and loops that no one ever will use just to make more kits for the sales pitch. The sounds of the instruments themselves are great. I love the kicks and toms especially. Snare samples are a little limited to my ears. A lot of them are super high pitched and ringy. The ride cymbals though are fantastic. The crashes can be a little abrasive, but they sound good to my ears for the most part. I just wish there was a little bit more overall. With a kit at this price point, we need more samples in the module. The drum module of the 5X features 2 multi-pin connectors and 2 cable snakes which provide pad inputs, MIDI I/O, USB, and outputs. Running these cables is no issue since the snake has labels for each appropriate pad. The module can also send 8 channels of separated audio via USB to a computer. In addition, you can record both the 8 channels of audio and raw MIDI from the kit in case you want to use virtual instruments later on or blend the two. Connecting the cables to the cymbal pads is tricky to do correctly, but if you follow this picture, you should be able to see how to do it. Mounting the cables in this fashion allows the cymbal to move with less resistance and protects the cables for long-term use. There are additional inputs if you decide to add an extra tom pad in the future. Triggering on the EFNOTE 5X is excellent with a few exceptions. Playing full stroke loud 16ths on any drum does result in a little bit of the machine gun effect. Also, buzz rolls are a little bit fake sounding. The kick drum is fantastic. Inside the drum are 2 piezo cones mounted vertically. I assume doubling up helps more with accurate triggering. It's not bouncy like your typical mesh bass drum head. Instead, it feels like a real kick drum. All toms on the 5X are dual zone, so you get both rim and head zones. The triggering on the toms is also excellent. All the cymbals minus the splash are 3 zones, so you can get bell sounds on all 3. You will need to run an additional cable to each. The bell zones are big and easy to hit. The cymbals also feature a 360 trigger zone across the entire cymbal, so you don't have to worry about just playing them near the edge or the logo. The hi-hat triggering is superb, on point with Roland. It only requires 1 cable, which is a significant improvement over other companies. The downside is it's permanently attached to the top cymbal. If that cable goes bad, I think I have to replace the entire pad, and the same thing also goes for the splash. I initially couldn't get foot splashes to work for the life of me, but after running the hi-hat calibration in the settings, it works great. It works most time, but there are some times where it won't trigger right. We're pretty consistent on that though. The raised side rim on the snare is a nice feature, but I feel like sometimes it's a little too low to the edge. So what you have to do is actually grab the stick, make sure you're not holding onto the drum, because sometimes if one of your fingers hits the drum, the rim click will not fire. So make sure you're holding your stick properly, and it'll work every time. Like I said, I've been testing the EFNOTE 5X in my spare time over the past 6 months. I'm thoroughly impressed. The kit is far better for your money than any of the drum sets of the TD50X lineup. You're getting full-size drum shells, decent drum samples, excellent triggering, and a beautiful kit at less than half the cost. If you're looking to upgrade your electronic drum kit from a smaller one or are new to buying e-drums, I would suggest having a look at EFNOTE. So that is my review of the EFNOTE 5X electronic drum set. Check the video description for links and more information. Let me know what you guys think of the kit down below in the comments, and if you can, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.